Alright, how's everyone getting on? Quick video. This one is about September's energies and 2025's energies as a whole, and my understanding of it and what I think is going on. So I've often talked about draining of the swamp or putting a light on things. So what I'm meaning by how the energies are and what this means is that there's been lots of dark things going on for a long time. 2025 seems to be the year where things come to the surface, things get exposed, the spotlight goes on things. But what it can look like is the world's going to shit, everything's going wrong, there's loads of bad things, there's so much violence, there's this, there's that, and it looks bad on the outside. But the thing is, it's just that we are more aware of it, and we are being how am I explaining this? I was just saying this to my friend before and it was so easy to explain, and now I'm trying to put it into words and it's like all jumbled in my mind. But basically where we're at right now, everyone is getting the opportunity to show who they really are. So if you're good, you know, you're being able to show your goodness, and that could be because of challenging situations. And if you're not so good, you're showing it, and everything has to be exposed, everything has to come to light. So the opportunities for the bad things to happen are there to be able to allow it to play out, so that we can face and see collectively what we're up against, what we're dealing with, and then be able to move forward, then be able to heal, transmute, change. So something that keeps coming into my head is to put a book out there about messages of hope for the awakened souls. And I've got all these topics that are already there, but I'm currently in the middle of finishing my second book, which is a mindset book to help, you know, just we'll just say like regular people with the mindset, because people are really suffering because of how the mind works. So I'm like wanting to get that finished in its own perfect timing, whilst also thinking about this next one, which is coming in quite thick and fast, because I think as awake people, we take on a lot, we absorb a lot of information, and it can be heavy. We also, some of us take on feeling other people's emotions and energies, and we feel the collective energies. Some of us are so sensitive to this stuff, so it's a lot. But also we learn, we've been learning, and some people have been awake a lot longer than I have. I've always been a bit odd and a bit different, but my proper wake up was 2020, which was a lot of people's as well. When the world just seemed so crazy, like I'm watching a bad sci-fi movie and no, everyone's going along with it like they're under some mass hypnosis, and you're like screaming from the rooftops and nobody's listening. It's like it's just weird. It was just weird, but it was the opportunity for my growth. It was the opportunity that I needed to see who I really am, to see what I'm really about. You know, you can see it as like a spiritual test, if you like. So yeah. Anyways, back to the topic. So this year has been a year of things being brought to surface. You're draining a swamp, the monsters are going to be seen. The water's murky, but they've been hiding under there. They've still been doing what they've been doing, but not so in view. So we're now able to see it, which is like, oh my god, there's a lot. This world is fucked. But when you really think of it, it was always there, always already there. We just have to face it now. So now we can see what's there, we can deal with it, and collectively we have more power than we have ever been led to believe. If enough of us want something for the greater good, you know, as I'm saying this, there's like a feather just floating outside that window. That was weird. It went down and went up, so we're on track. But if enough of us want something, like the 2 million people that signed the don't have the digital ID, it can come about, you know. It's called a tipping point as well, where there's more people awake to something, meaning we can change the outcome. So even, you know, when people say, oh, protests don't make a difference, petitions don't make a difference, they do, because collective awareness can change reality. And we are powerful on our own because we're creators, but when we come together like that and we stand for a cause and it's coming from heart and it's coming from goodness and it's coming for freedom and peace and happiness and abundance and everything that we're meant to be, then it's an alignment and it's what's meant to come in, and we bring that in and we create that from who we are and what we're about. So yeah, I was really drawn to make this video because a lot of awake people struggle with what's going on and struggle with where the future's going. Like, they're trying to make it look like this digital ID is coming in because they're using all the tools they've got left, you know, and they've still got some control over the media, haven't they? So they will use that to their advantage and make something look like it's happening so people believe it, so then it creates it. Well, don't believe it and know that it's not going to happen. Know that it won't happen. And that is a good feeling, that is a freeing feeling, that is a positive feeling, that is empowering and stepping back in our power. And we're not having this BS. We're not consenting. I do not consent, I do not consent, I do not consent, you know. Use your power, use your words, the power of 3, say it 3 times, you know. I want to put all these tips in this book as well, and like the second book that I'm going to bring out soon, I'm going to make it optional for pay what you can afford, i.e. if you can't afford it, you can have a copy anyway, because that is a good thing to do. We're here to share, we're here to create, and that's not to devalue our work, because people who can afford it will, and you know, we are deserving of abundance, especially when we've worked on something, but we are also here to share, and sometimes you get more back from sharing as well. So anyways, that's my little rant. So we're almost into October. Today started out a beautiful day. The sky was proper blue. I noticed a couple of suspicious chemtraily looking lines, and now I got to show you the sky. Could just be natural weather, but from blue sky after a couple of lines to that, not so sure. But anyways, this is my nice healing music that I have on. My space is a good, safe, healing space. Home's like that, my office is like that. I'm always cleansing it with frequencies and sage and crystals and good intentions. So anyways, hope everyone is navigating this year the best they can and are feeling okay within themselves. And if you can, just keep that flame of hope going. Imagine there's this flame and things are trying to blow it out and put it out, and you're going to protect it and you're going to own that flame, and nobody can take that from you. And keep imagining it growing, keep putting that out there. You know, the reality that most of us want is possible and is coming through once we get through all this drainage, once we shine a light on those shadows, once we face what's there and heal and love and forgive and put certain things in place to stop things happening again, and move forward and connect with source, God and universe, whatever you want to call it as well. So anyways, I'm on 8 minutes, so I'm going to shut up. So peace, love and light.